bukeye hari ibishyimbo by'ibikara hari n'ibindi by'ibihogo bikora umuhunyu n'amamesa umugore wabiriye ntiyubakurwe n'umugabo wabiriye ntayirinda urugo imparamba
Hello? Oh. Good morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. May we kindly rise for the SOS prayer. May we ever be mindful of all who belong to our community. United in spirit, we pray to you, good Father in heaven. Shelter us in your hands and show us always the right path. You have brought us together. Grant that we may henceforth ever serve you with a single heart. Grant that in our community, peace and unity may ever reign. Protect the children's village from all evil, from sin and distress. Forsake not our relatives, and reward all those who help us. Just as you, good Savior, love and forgive each one of us, so that we may love and pardon one another. All thanks to you, our Lord and God. Amen. Thank you.
A warm welcome to you all. Akwaba. My name is Tonga Indoro, a senior member of the leadership team and the financial controller. I'll be your co-host for this event. Sit back and enjoy. Over to you, Ajo.
Thank you, Tongai. My name is Ajo Ashi. I'm the vice principal. I'm also a proud member of the pioneering class of 1995. And I'm pleased to welcome you today to the 33rd graduation ceremony speech and prize giving day of the SOS Herman Miner International College. Can we give a round of applause, please? As a Pan-African school, you would experience a display of talents from across the continent. You just saw the Rwandan dance, which is an African ballet performance, and there are many more to come. And as Tongai said, please sit back and enjoy this ceremony. Please allow me to acknowledge some special guests we have today. And I'd like to start off with our cherished founder and honorary president of SOS-HGIC, Mr. Helmut Coutin. Our board chair and founding principal, Dr. Mrs. Margaret Nkrumah. We have distinguished board members here, Mr. Richard Akutu, Professor Akosia Adomako, and Mr. Alexander Kekula. I also want to give a very warm welcome to members of our SOS family around the continent. And since we're in Ghana, we'll start with the host, Mr. Kekula and his team from SOS Ghana. Could you please stand so we can welcome you? Thank you for joining us. We also have Mr. Pascal Bizimana, who is the national director. He's here with staff from SOS Children's Village, Burundi. Bienvenue. And we have Dr. Alice Kibui, who is the education and training manager, and she has staff with her from SOS CV Kenya, Karibu, Sana. And our lovely SOS mothers. Let's give them another round of applause. Our wonderful SOS mothers. Thank you for coming. We also have Mr. Jean Kwizera, who is the national director from SOS CV Rwanda. Please stand so we can acknowledge you. Thank you. And last but not least, from our SOS family, we have Mr. Yodeji Adelopo, who is the Deputy National Director. He's here with staff from SOS CV Nigeria. Ekabo, welcome. I would like to also extend a warm welcome to my very dear friend, former classmate. She was a year behind me, class of 96, Miss Madame Zenai Solomon. She's from SOS CV. She's the international representative for SOS Children's Village in Ethiopia. Thank you. Let me welcome a few more distinguished guests, and then we can get to the program. Dr. Mohammed Ibn Chambers, African Union High Representative. Thank you so much for joining us. We also have some members of the Diplomatic Corps, the Deputy Ambassador for Zimbabwe, Mrs. Shodai Muzenda. Thank you for coming. And we have distinguished alumni, class of 96. We have distinguished staff alumni as well, Mrs. Ajari, Mr. Julian Kitchen, and any other past staff. Please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you for all that you do for us and did for us. And I want to warmly welcome everyone, our parents, our staff, our students, our soon-to-be graduating class of 2023. Before we start the program, allow me to share some welcoming news from our alumni community. In 2020, the class of 1995, my class, the pioneering class, embarked on a project which we called Insanko Ninsambra. And in Tree, this emphasizes the importance of giving back. And as a gift to the school for our 25th anniversary, we decided to start up a tradition where every year we pass the baton to a different class. So last year, the class of 1996 embarked on a very ambitious project to set up an endowment fund. And today, they have raised $22,000, which will be going towards a scholarship for students to attend SOS-HGIC. Could we recognize them? Please stand up as we recognize your efforts. Thank you so much. And now the baton is on to class of 97, and they will be working on a project to refurbish the boys' common room to provide an ultra-modern space to not only meet the entertainment, rest, and relaxation needs of our boys, but also serve as a center for robust intellectual discourse to nourish and sustain their curiosity, creativity, sense of purpose, and belonging in furtherance of the ideals of this great institution. I think, boys, you need to applaud class of 1997 because you're going to have a brand new refurbished boys' common room. Class of 1997, could you stand up so that we can recognize your efforts? Thank you so much. On that note, I would like to welcome the outgoing head prefects, head boy, head girl, Nana Yao Ajiman and Daniel Poku. Congratulations. I miss you.
Good morning, Honorary President of SOS Children's Village International and founder of SOS Herman Minor International College, Mr. Helmut Kutin, Board Chair, Dr. Mrs. Margaret Nkrumah, Board of Directors, Principal Mrs. Ellis Datson, Senior Leadership Team, Curriculum Management Team, Keynote Speaker, parents, staff, alumni, students, and friends and family of SOS Herman Minor International College. Today, we gather here, Saturday, 3rd June 2023, to commemorate the achievements and journey of the first class to experience the fullness of the IB since 2019, and the last class with a living memory of pre-COVID high school life. We gather here to appreciate and honor the staff, parents, and students who have molded us into lifelong learners with a keen connection to our communities and the larger African continent. We gather here to celebrate a pivotal moment in the lives of 80 students who are taking their first step into a world of vast opportunities. So please indulge us as we share our fruitful and eventful journey. My fellow graduates, we have reached the end of this incredible odyssey, and it is a bittersweet moment. We have arrived at this moment through years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance. Amongst us, we have business owners, swimming record breakers, a world-class barber, and academic powerhouses, just to name a few. What we have built, the class of 2023, is a strong network devoid of the prejudices of nationality, religion, or any background, a value SOS-HGIC has instilled in us.
Now, looking back on our time together, it's remarkable to see how far we have come. Do you remember that spirited dance party in this very hall after our finished IB exams? Or recall the late nights we spent studying for exams or working on the tireless 100-page design projects? Do you remember supporting and encouraging one another and taking turns snapping 15 minutes each night to get those IAs done? Think back to those charged moments of laughter in front of the dining hall after dinner, and the quiet moments of reflection shared with friends on the walk to school. These memories, both big and small, have woven the tapestry of our high school experience. We entered this institution as wide-eyed students, strangers unsure of what the future held for us. We had dreams and aspirations, but we lacked the experience and knowledge to turn them into reality. But over the years, we have grown into resilient individuals, capable of tackling any challenge that comes our way through the power of the family we have created. In this very hall where our journey began, we converge 4 years later with a host of lifelong friendships, discovered passions, and daring visions. It's important to recognize the incredible support we have received from our families, friends, and the dedicated faculty and staff who have nurtured and mentored us throughout our educational journey. Our parents and guardians have been our unwavering pillars of strength, provided the foundation upon which we have built our dreams. They have shaped our character, inspired our minds and dreams, and instilled in us the belief that we can make a difference in the world. Let us take a moment to express our deepest gratitude to those who have believed in us and stood by our side. So, class of 2023, can we kindly rise and give a definite round of applause to those who have helped us along the way? Thank you. You may now resume your seats. Now, as we venture into the next phase of our lives, we face a world filled with both challenges and opportunities. Our generation will be tasked with addressing pressing global issues, such as climate change, social inequality, and mental health. But we must not be discouraged. We possess the knowledge, skills, and passion to make a profound impact everywhere. Each and every one of us has the power to be a catalyst for positive change.
So to prospective students, SOS-HGIC is an institution that charges you to come out of your shell to reach your fullest potential. It is, we would say, the best springboard to higher education you can find in Ghana, and the place that propels you to heights you may not have even thought were possible. Indeed, at SOS-HGIC, we are, as the Romans say, alta ruta delighta, empowered to do the impossible.
Now, to our incoming NYP5s, arguably, the next chapter in your lives may prove to be the most critical. It is at this stage that the true milking begins in preparation for the diploma program and life beyond SOS-HGIC. Additionally, this is the start of tireless nights filled with the transformation of creative ideas into your personal projects. We encourage you all at this critical point to excel and seek to improve yourself in the spirit of initiative and service.
To our future DP1s, do not fear the imminent and inevitable change of the blue shirts. It is important to capitalize on the intricacies of the diploma experience, because that is where the true test begins. As the esteemed philosopher Socrates once said, the secret of change is to focus all of your energy not on fighting the old, but on building the new. Thus, we urge you all to continue to build upon the qualities that have carried you thus far, and to tackle the supposedly ghastly nature of change.
To the next batch of final year students, woo! We implore you to look forward to the day when we will be joined together as alumni and leaders of the outside world we plunge into. When that day finally comes at his task for the class of 2023, I promise you, you will look back at your time in SOS-HGIC with a burning nostalgia as the place where you first charged to accomplish the motto, knowledge in the service of Africa.
My fellow graduates, our principal mentioned to us a year ago to make SOS-HGIC the raindrop that when falls on a lotus leaf shines like a pearl. Here in SOS-HGIC, we are placed on the same pedestal, but the significance of our high school experience, as with the raindrop, depends on how we utilize the experiences and the knowledge it has provided us. Some of us are going off to study engineering, law, economics, the arts, and so on. Regardless, what matters is that we do not forgo the transformative experience we have had here. that we continue to be the intellectually curious, socially aware, and unapologetically African students we have been groomed to become. So as we bid farewell to this chapter of our lives, let us embrace the uncertainty of the future with open arms. Let us dare to dream big, to pursue our passions relentlessly, and never settle for anything less than what we are capable of. And finally, in all our dealings, let us be guided by the finger of God.
So, our fellow graduates, as we take our final steps across this stage, let us carry the spirit of determination, resilience, and compassion that has defined our time together. Let us go forth and leave an indelible mark on the world. Congratulations, class of 2023, and may our futures be as bright as the potential that lies within each and every one of us. So we say to you,
Ziezia,
Hongera,
Indinchi,
Sakubona,
Mokolike,
Makorokotu,
Merci,
Yedamwase.
Aiko.
Thank you.
Thank you, head boy and head girl. Amazing, empowered to do the impossible. That's an amazing quote that I hope we'll all take with us. And given the theme for this year's graduation ceremony, preparing the next generation of leaders to shape the future of our continent, we have a task ahead, and I know you are prepared to take on this task. A few days ago, we lost an icon, a playwright, poet, author, and feminist, Professor Ama Ata Edu. And today we want to celebrate her achievements, and we want to do that through a poem, Questions for Us, Today's African Leadership by Ama Ata Edu. It will be performed by our students Charlotte Akwe and Fafali Goji.
Questions for us today. Today's African Leadership by Amata Edu. They say all beings must fight to live. The mole, the lion, and the crow. They say all creatures must fight to be in the air, on land, in water.
And as for humans, you and me, we come up like wild beasts in their mushrooms. We sneak up like snakes, claw like cats, pounce and trample, conquer, kill, consume.
Then we go limb, like wild mushrooms at high noon. So where do we come in? Who feel bad just to be firm? Damn all these else. So let's do our own nice or nasty thing.
And for what? Do we come with cup in hand, begging, pleading, and endlessly shifting? Who would have us be human in a world of cruel beasts, and even more cruel men? And how dare we trust, when trust took a vacation several million years ago and never bothered to return back? Put quite simply, in whose name do we ever act? Whose tomorrow do we sell? Thank you.
Thank you, Fafali and Charlotte. And now I have the pleasure of inviting our dear principal, Mrs. Elise Datson, to give her address. Thank you.
Thank you, Fafali and Charlotte. Good morning. Distinguished guests, founder of SOS-HGIC and honorary president of SOS-KDI, Mr. Helmut Kutin, our keynote speaker and board chair, Dr. Mrs. Margaret Nkrumah, and members of the SOS-HGIC board, national directors and colleagues from the SOS Children's Villages from across the entire African continent, and SOS-KDI, as well as those joining us online, parents, staff, SOS-HGIC alumni, staff and students, continuing students, and finally, our esteemed SOS class, HGIC class of 2023, who we are gathered to celebrate today. It is indeed a privilege for me to be able to recognize our outstanding students, celebrate them, and bid them farewell. I share something very special with this cohort and class of 2023. We both joined SOS-HGIC in 2019. We had to learn the SOS-HGIC way very quickly. I was privileged to teach some of the class of 2023, design and ICT, when they were in MYP4. It seems a long time ago now. How far we've come. I'm truly proud of you. Class of 2023, make no mistake, I know your journey has not been easy. It's been hard work, but as the saying goes, no pain, no gain. I also know it's been fun over the last 4 years. Yes, I know, I have not always been your favorite person, but it was all in a bid to mold you into those self-disciplined young men and women who are sitting before us today, of whom we're really proud and celebrate. Over your time here, we have cultivated in you a mindset of independence, tenacity, resilience, and a resolve to endure, achieve, and succeed. This can only stand you in good stead in employment or further study. And I feel sure you'll draw on these dispositions for your good. You've had the full gamut of experiences, from the challenging, those requiring sheer hard work, grit, determination, those packed with excitement and fun, and those that have given you opportunities to lead and even facilitate clubs and activities. All these experiences have helped you acquire new skills in the process. My hope is that these experiences have contributed to your growth at SOS-HGIC. The IB curriculum and what we offer you at SOS-HGIC really prepares you for the next stage of life. We've put you through the grueling 4,000-word extended essay, your theory of knowledge presentation, the individual assessments for each of your 6 subjects, 3 at standard level, 3 at high level. Each of these requiring data collection, analysis, and real hard work, while learning for the theory content for each of the subjects as well. This will have forced you to manage your time effectively, a skill we know very important to employers and universities. Yes, the IB curriculum and its demands makes it a very challenging and rigorous course to pursue. But I feel sure that the rewards far outweigh any challenges you may have encountered, and they stay with you forever. If you have truly bought in fully into the IB curriculum and the SOS-HGIC mission, the philosophy, you'll have learned to develop a love of learning for its own sake. You'll have learned to bring an inquiring mind to every situation you find yourself in. In your acquisition of knowledge, you will have learned to resolve to use your knowledge in the service of Africa. As our motto says, these are the attitudes that will set you apart. Whether you joined us just for the 2 years for the IB diploma, or have been here for 4 years for the middle years as well, you would have learned about critical thinking. When you leave us, continue to use your critical thinking skills to make ethical decisions. We really need this in Ghana and in our continent. Please act with integrity as we have taught you here at HGIC. At HGIC, we work tirelessly to develop and give our students agency. Many of you who know our students know that they are well known for making a case. They communicate effectively and confidently. And when they come and talk to me, I have to think again about whether I'm saying yes or no, because the arguments are pe. Use that skill to advocate and champion the weak, the downtrodden, and the underprivileged as well. we give you the opportunity to study in what we now know as a mini African Union in this college. Take that open-mindedness approach and engage positively with everyone, not limiting your horizons and perspectives. Wherever you go after you leave here, you will need to be a quick thinker. Class of 2023, all too soon, your time with us is drawing to a close. It's been a real privilege watching you grow and develop. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? I hope, class of 2023, when you're asked, you have a ready answer. I'll leave that to you. I believe your perseverance and hard work over your time at SOS-HGIC has paid off. I believe it's been worth it, and I celebrate you for that. With this, I congratulate you and welcome you into the special and exclusive group of people called the SOS-HGIC alumni. Before I finish, I'd like to say thanks to the parents for your confidence in sending your children to us here. I'm very grateful for that. To the coordinators, the heads of departments, the teachers, the support staff, none of what we do as a college is successful without you. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you. To our continuing students, we have no school if you're not here. So please keep flying the SOS-HGIC flag high. Work hard. Before you know it, your graduation day will be here, and we'll all be here to celebrate you. To the alumni, we're proud of you. We really are. We've just heard amazing things this morning about what two classes have done. We love it when you come to our community, and we hope that together we can continue to forge ideas for the good of the college and to engage in other ways. Graduation is always a time of mixed feelings, sometimes sadness because we're losing people, but hope and happiness because we know we've prepared our students for the real world. Miss Ntem, if you could please stand up from wherever you are. We're sad to announce the retirement of Miss Ntem. Where's Miss Ntem? As always, busy beaver. Miss Ntem has been at the college for over 30 years. First as an educator, librarian, and guidance counselor. Ms. Ntem, many alumni have much to thank you for. We as a college owe you a debt of gratitude. We really do. And for your distinguished and long service, we're very grateful. Please, a round of applause. We wish you a happy retirement and welcome to the alumni SOS-HGIC staff, though she doesn't look like someone who's supposed to be retiring. My next point, Mr. Kutim will speak more on this, but our founding principal and board chair, Dr. Mrs. Margaret Nkrumah, is stepping down as chair of the board. She will remain on the board, so it is goodbye and not farewell to both of them. As we say goodbye to long-serving staff, we also welcome new arrivals. I'd like Mrs. Sapon to join up at the front, please. I'd like to announce the appointment of a new Vice Principal 1. He is in the person of Mr. Richard Sapon. He will be responsible for the entire academic function. He joins us from ICS and comes to us with over 15 years' experience. I'm sure you'll all get to know him as he settles in. Mr. Sapon, you're very welcome. Thank you. With that, I invite everyone gathered here and online to join me in wishing the class of 2023 every success as they embark on their new journey. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Dutson. And now to the school choir, and they have a song that talks about bringing the community together. It's a Xhosa song. It says, Kwangena Tina Bo. Over to you. What a lovely number. I want to do that dance. I need to learn how to clap to that wonderful melody. A Pan-African school we are indeed, and we have a student, Flavia Nansasi, who will be introducing our guest of honor. May we give her a round of applause, please, as she comes to the podium.
All protocols observed, a good morning to you all. Mr. Helmut Coutin is an Australian humanitarian and advocate for children's rights who has dedicated his life to improving the lives of vulnerable children across the globe. Born on January 4th, 1947 in Grays, Australia. Mr. Coutin's passion for social justice and his unwavering commitment to making a positive difference led him to become one of the most influential figures in the field of child welfare. Throughout his career, Mr. Kutin received numerous accolades and recognition for his outstanding contribution to child welfare. In 2009, he was awarded the world's Children's Prize, often referred to as the Children's Nobel Prize, for his extraordinary dedication to improving the lives of children. He was also honored with several honorary degrees and prestigious awards, acknowledging his remarkable achievements and unwavering commitment to the cause. In addition to his numerous contributions to child welfare, Mr. Helmut Kutin played a pivotal role in the establishment of SOS-HGIC International College. Recognizing the importance of quality education in transforming the lives of young people, Mr. Kutin spearheaded the creation of this prestigious education institution. With a round of applause, please help me welcome Mr. Helmut Kutin.
Akwaaba, good morning to everyone. All protocol observed. I learned this in Africa. I like this because normally you forget somebody and then you are in real trouble afterwards. We are all very happy for the presence of each and everyone in this aula, and we congratulate first and foremost the graduates of 2023. I am sure you have done very well, at least most of you, and those who have done not so well can still do better in the next 5 years when you go to the next step of your education. And I believe all the parents, all the teachers, the principal most, wish you all the best. And once you come back to this college, don't come with empty hands, but bring something for your brothers and sisters who are then still studying. We should never forget in this world that there are too many children around the world still suffering. I refer particularly at this moment to Ukraine. We have 200 children from Ukraine in Austria in different SOS children's villages. They cannot go back because of destruction, because of war, and because nobody wants them to go back. I hope and wish that your beautiful words will be followed by deeds, because what we miss in this world is to make things happening. We know everything. We have all the most beautiful thoughts. We have all the most beautiful knowledge. And yet, when it comes to do the things, we are still missing. So please make a special effort that you put your thoughts into deeds. Don't want to change the world totally. The world is good, but it needs improvement in many areas, we all know. And if everyone makes a small present, then the improvements will make the world better. I would like to thank the principal, vice principal, the teachers, the staff. You have gone through a period of trial, but also a period of revival. And I'm very proud of your achievements. And now when you go on vacation, forget everything about the college and come back newly born so that new ideas can make the college even better than it was yesterday. My thanks and appreciation to the graduates, and never forget your teachers, particularly the one who was the toughest one, because they are the ones who cared most of you. You will see that most of the talkers coming out here have a huge paper. I have only a small one, but I am the one talking most. Today, I also want to send special thanks to His Excellency, the Vice President of the Democratic Republic of Ghana. He was sitting here last year as a parent. And I told him, this road coming to the college is a mess full of loopholes. And he promised to do something. Nobody believed it, but they started 4 days ago. And we only missed 10%. So when you write the letter of thank you, you have to tell him 10% are not yet finished. In any case, we thank him very much, because normally when you get words of politicians, you don't hear after them, yeah? And I am thrilled when I arrived here to see suddenly some trucks coming with bricks, suddenly some workers working hard and make this road more approachable. I'm also very pleased today is a day of announcements, that we have a new chairman for the SOS Herman Minor International College in the person of Mr. Richard Arkutu, who is an outstanding supporter and strong leader for the future of this college. And I wish him all the best. I told him when he was elected 2 days ago that he has one advantage, he is taller than me. But it's important what is in his heart and his mind. I wish you all the best. And at the same time, we have a vice chair in the person of Professor Akosua Adumuko Ampofo, and these two will lead. I did it wrong? I did it wrong? Very little. No, I wrote it here. Ampofo, okay? In any case, all the best, and lead the college like it was led so far. Margaret Nkrumah is not disappearing, don't worry. She is still there, and as you can see, the principal and the whole college has made a special effort to provide her with a new clothes, which is a little more adjusting to her, her body, and makes her feel much easier. Margaret will be there till the gods decide to call her. And the old man standing here will also be there, but she is 4 months elder than me. And that creates a lot of problems, you know. When I arrive in Ghana, first I have to go to see her and pay my respects. And only then she comes back to me without respect and tells me what she wants. Mr. Richard Akuto and Mrs. Ampofo, I wish you all the best. And keep the college, please stand. My dear parents, students, from this year, the SOS Herman Minor International College in Ghana shall observe once a year a special day which will be called Dr. Margaret Nkrumah Day. On the last Saturday of August, the college will convene, the principal and all the staff will work out the details, and we will have input from education, from politicians, we want to hear them, we will have input from alumnus, and we will have input from parents, and listen for one day on the vast experience of Dr. Margaret Nkrumah, in particular to support Pan-African education and maybe create a special movement for Pan-African education. So from now on, the last Saturday of August is the Dr. Margaret Nkrumah Day. And for sure, for the next 25 years, she will be there in person. So she will be an integral part of the meeting. No, we want this. We want to take advantage of the knowledge, the experience, the long work you did. And I'm not going into details because I will become emotional when I look at you. Yeah. But it has been a long way, and we are very proud of all the achievements. Please, parents, students, join hands every day to make a small step to make this world a little better. I hate when I hear from big politicians around the world, I change this, I change that, and nothing is changed tomorrow. Just let's do step by step. You do too many steps at one go, you will fall back and will break everything. Congratulations to the SOS-HGIC International College, of which I am very proud. I had the idea, and Dr. Margaret Nkrumah did the work. So that was a fantastic relationship. But every time I came to Ghana, now no more, my pocket was empty when I left at the airport because there was not a single CD left in my pocket. In old times, the CD wasn't much, but now it's much better. So let's continue to do with what we have and make the best for our young people. And I appreciate all the input by the teachers of each and every one to prepare these beautiful youngsters for the next step in life. All the best, Akwaba. You are now very good.
Thank you, Mr. Coutin, for your speech and your continued. I'm saying, thank you, Mr. Coutin, for your speech and your continued support of the college, and how you took Dr. Herman Gamina's dream and vision to provide a family and a home to a next level. You established a school of academic excellence in Africa for Africans. We're glad to announce that we have exceeded what you dreamt of. If I can give you some stats, the world average for the IB diploma for the past 7 years was 82%, and SOS-HGIC IB pass rate for the past 7 years was 95%. And for those past 7 years, consistently, we are above the world average. As Africans, we can compete with the world. We can build Africa. We'll keep your dream alive and continue with the new leadership. Without wasting much time, our next performance will be dancers from Ethiopia, performing a cultural dance from the Amara ethnic group. This is performed by women and children. This dance dates back to more than 3,000 years in the history of Africa. After that, it will be followed by a dance from Ghanaian students performing a dance called Adowa. The Adowa dance is of the Ashanti people. The dance is performed at funerals, marriages, and special occasions. The Adore dance, it's a sign of expression that allows performers to communicate their emotions and feelings through their hands and feet. Thank you.
قالوا وينيت وينيت بدي أغن أيوقح الليليت فقعك أيوقح الليليت يا عسانا درت وق ودنقاش لفا كل سبرق وقود قود كبود مسلات واتما قال لي تشقت مسل حليت بدي أغن أيوقح الليليت أنا الأيقما أنا الأيقما أصلي يوانا أنا ما تلا أصلي كلنا نفر بعتلا أيها بغانا بعتلا فقري ندي حلف قاتر ليتي ندي حلف حاجة مسخرمت بنقاي لمي قزيلا نقود فقر ليت عمنا يونس النزل آخر بدي أغي أي وقح الليلة واي أنا الأيرما أنا الأيقما حلوي ذروي
وسقل بوراش وماردا شو حوانا بلات فردا ايرسعون عد ما يشوف فتاي ايرسعون عد ما يشوف فتاي زاوينا قلعت هنا لا تحمبتو نسمن الله وعرت راويت تقعدي لاي وعرت راويت تقعدي لاي عندن بيتي يسوي بلا ودي دم بلا ستحاب أبولات شوية مزوصة رازو عدنا يورس الحمطة أبواب زعبدا أو لبخاي سرصة عجيبا نايرنا باتا عندر فازة تسابع تقب الدبل كورعيدا نسا قديدا وبزع بيدا عمر قلة تقولله هم يجلا مشكش ولا سلا أبدا محمد عبي عبي نعجري كمان برا تخمرا كما يدبع زيت سعسع وان سقطي أشفرتي أقوتي جنهم بياتهم جنهم أها جنهم إلا هنام جنهم
يا دهنك روركم كاساريم تزيفتاجنا يبراغي مركما تخاتي كوربتش ينيت فجروك يتشانجتش يو قدنا تجنا بزبط مافيانا سيتش يجت شواني كواكش بيبرو قندر يخناتش كواكش بيبرو قرد يا ويوي يا ويوي يا ويوي يا ويوي ለበላይ በልጅጉ ለቦይታን አለለት ለእኔም እሷን ሰጠኝ ጎጃም ብሪውታል ለበላይ በልጅጉ ለቦይታን አለለት ለእኔም እሷን ሰጠኝ ጎጃም ብሪውታል የታለን የነኛለው ቆማት የነኛለህ ጀግና የነኛለህ ቆማት የነኛለህ ጀግና የነኛለህ እኔ ነኛለህ 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 የበላይ ልጅ ነኝ የዛ ሳተና የስመጥሩ ቆራጡ ጀግና ይሰለፍና ፈረስ ከግረኛ እኔ ነኝ አለ ይሞክረኛ እኔ ነኝ አለ 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 እኔ ነኝ አለ
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed the dance as much as I did. Every day we celebrate our diversity, and we are unapologetic about our Pan-African ethos. We teach our students and encourage even our alumni to be proud of their African identity, to be proud of their countries, where they come from. I would like, and before I call upon the next speaker, if you have noticed in the two dances, we had students from different nationalities. So with the Ghanaian dance, we had students from Ethiopia, Uganda. The same with the Ethiopian dance. We had Ghanaians taking part in the dances. That's what we encourage. At this junction, I would like to call upon our DIP coordinator, Mr. Christian Gogovi, who has worked at the college for more than 20 years and worked with the guest speaker for over 2 decades, to introduce the guest speaker, Mr. Gogovi.
The founder of SOS-HGIC, Mr. Helmut Kutin, esteemed board members, our ever-elegant principal, Mrs. Ellis Datson, members of the diplomatic corps, dedicated national directors and representatives from our SOS children's villages across Africa, devoted parents, sedulous staff and students, ladies and gentlemen, frankly speaking, mere words can't fully express how truly humbled I am to be introducing the guest speaker for this super fantabulous event. We are all at SOS-HGIC for different reasons. Some because of the excellent academic standards we have as a school, and others for the values that we stand for. What is frequently ignored and taken for granted is the soul, the rope which is tied around this august institution. In essence, our heartbeat, informed by deep-rooted Pan-African values. The person I'm about to introduce to you is the soul of this great school. She is Dr. Mrs. Margaret Nkrumah. Dr. Mrs. Margaret Nkrumah is an embodiment of selfless devotion to duty in the SOS world and beyond. She's a retired educationist and a former senator and vice president of SOS Kinderdorf International. Currently the board chair of this highly regarded school, she was its first principal, and her inspirational leadership built the foundations of the college and established a culture of excellence which continues to date. She was also the board chair of SOS Children's Villages Ghana and served on the board as a member. In addition, she was a member of the board of trustees at African Leadership Academy, a respected school in Johannesburg, South Africa. Moreover, she's an honorary member of the SOS Children's Villages International Federation. Dr. Mrs. Margaret Nkrumah ranks highly among the pantheon of celebrated leaders. But one profession she has always held in very high esteem is teaching. In this respect, she cherishes the unflagging enthusiasm she displayed during her stints in Ghana and Zimbabwe. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now with thunderous applause, help me welcome the ever ebullient and punctilious Dr. Mrs. Margaret Nkrumah. I'm not done. To address us in the Margaret Nkrumah Hall on the theme, Knowledge in the Service of Africa, preparing the next generation of African leaders in a challenging world to shape the future of our continent. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think they invited me here today to embarrass me. This is what they have done. First, by my junior, by several months. We are both octogenarians, but I am ahead. So from June 12th, I'm able to address him as junior. I was going to say that before I started my speech, that your head prefect, male and female, I wish they were standing for election in 2024. I would have voted for them, yes. This is what we need, and this is what we want. I see an old friend here, Mr. Ibn Chambers. It is a delight to see you. Thank you for gracing this occasion. I'm not going to go through all the protocols because I think you've heard enough, and my speech actually is very long. I didn't realize you were going to have it on the brochure, so I don't know why I'm standing here to read the speech when you can read it much better. But I will skip large parts of it because I know you can't read. So, having said all protocols being observed, this is my last speech as board chairman. In fact, I ceased to be board chairman yesterday, so I can't even claim that. But I am going to take this opportunity to share with you my unvarnished thoughts on this school, this country, Africa, and the role this generation needs to play in its future. So please brace yourselves. I'm not pulling any punches. And stop looking nervous, Mrs. Statson. It's not your fault. Let me start from the beginning. On November 5th, 1990, HGIC was born, though it was not actually supposed to start till August 1991. So in November 2023, we will be 33 years old since we first opened our doors. And the first arrivals were 8 students from Ethiopia, whom we were not expecting, who spoke very little English, followed by 6 rebellious young men from Sierra Leone and Liberia, among whom was our esteemed National Director of SOS Ghana, Mr. Alex Kekula, and joined by 4 intrepid, pioneering Ghanaian students from the basic school in the village. So we ended the first year with 18 students. By the time we graduated, our first IB diploma students in the whole country, in June 1995, we had 30 students, 2 of whom are here with us today. Again, our vice principal too, and the same Alex Kekula. So I think you two should take a bow. You are the beginning and you represent a lot. I would also like to call out Miss Intem again. I remember her as a very fresh-faced, beautiful young woman when she first came, and she hasn't changed that much. And also, Michael, where are you, Michael? Michael Jam. They have been with us from the beginning. Mrs. Ajari, I'm delighted to see you. Our famous librarian, the builder of all. The reason why our kids are all going to those universities in the USA is because she went and charmed all the admission officers. Thank you, Mrs. Ajari. So today we have grown to a student body of between 350 to 360, with an average year group of between 80 and 90 students. That is a very, very big change. The vision and the mission, which has driven the school since the beginning, has never changed. And it can be summed up in that motto you see everywhere: knowledge in the service of Africa, and our designation as a Pan-African school. But what does that actually mean? It means what you have seen today, that we want to achieve the beginnings of African unity and togetherness here with students from SOS villages across Africa for whom this school was built, and to equip all students who pass through not only with the academic knowledge in their heads, but also with the values which separate what I talked about last year, which the ancient Greeks called the citizens from the tribesmen and the idiots. That is, graduates who have bonded as fellow Africans with integrity, compassion, logical reasoning, critical thinking, perseverance, love of country and Africa, and with the desire to give something back to Africa, because they have had the privilege of a first-class education which millions of Africans cannot get. I would like to read you some comments made by former students in a brochure we published when the school was 12 years old. We thought we should record the first 10 years, about 12 years we wrote this. And some of the alumni from that brochure, we learned that our actions have effects and that their ripples are far-reaching and unending. We learn to live in a community with people of various nationalities and personalities. We learned the value of friendship, shouldering our responsibilities and learning to succeed. And even when we walked out of the portals of HGIC, we did not leave those values behind. They are and always will be part of our lives. Aisha Haruna Atta, Ghana, class of 2001. Being part of the SOS-HGIC community, I had a remarkable experience as a student, head boy, and an African. To be a responsible and successful ambassador for Africa requires a simple formula. If you know and always remember where you come from, you will certainly know on what path to lead yourself and others. Sandy Commander, SOS Sierra Leone, class of 1997. The HGIC experience is a unique one. It prepares you for life in ways you can never imagine while you're still in the experience. I have realized that even though I complained about school while I was there, I cannot in any way complain about the effect it had, not only on my intellect, but my general outlook on life. Khalil Ashong, Ghana, class of 1999. I don't think I'm going to read much more. Please read them in the brochure. I will read one other thing which I want you people to listen to. The skill that has contributed most to my success in an environment as cruelly rigorous as that at MIT is time management. My experience at SOS-HGIC was vital for cultivating this skill. I won't go on. And then, this was Branwa Banfo, Ghana, class of 1999. I never thought 4 years any place would make a man, but I was wrong. I came to SOS-HGIC virtually crawling on all fours, and now I walk confidently on two with a crest on my chest saying, this is the product of SOS-HGIC. I see some expressions of disbelief on the faces of some of you students. What? They didn't mention the stress, the rules, the terrible principal, Mrs. Nkrumah? Well, believe it or not, they complained as much as you did, and you are still doing. It is only after they left and looked back that they began to calculate what they had actually gained. So to Mrs. Dadson, I say, don't worry too much about all the complaints. 4 to 5 years down the line, they will be writing to you. And what these letters show is that the HGI experience is not just about academics. However, there is no denying that the world has changed since my time. And it's not just the advent of various AI or technologies, which, by the way, represents a great challenge to education and HGIC. The college, too, has been through some stressful changes, which needed addressing and which we have been largely successful in completing. In my view, one of the major differences is in the attitude of some of the parents of today compared to those of 20 years ago, who were totally supportive of the values that we try to inculcate into our students. In those first 20 years, parents and staff operated from the same page, and we could rely on their total support when their children transgressed. But this is no longer always true, and it is because the values of the country itself seem to have changed. We live in a country where there appear to be no consequences for wrongdoing, where corruption is rife and considered normal, and where the wicked actually do flourish. So we also have to deal in this school with a small minority of this kind of thinking. This is not the occasion for me to go into examples, but if you invite me again, I will. But I just want to reassure the majority of parents that the values in HGIC which led them to entrust their children to us have not and will not change. That the cardinal principle of this school is that all children are created equal, only their circumstances are different. And that the college still aims to cultivate a cohort of exceptional and ethical students who one day will change the trajectory of this country and Africa. So it does not matter if your father is the baller man or the president, or if your mother is the wache seller at the street corner or the Chief Justice. Wholly immaterial. Now, I was going to say something about the parents who, having read all the small print and signed everything, still accept rules to be changed. Mrs. Dadson is looking down. In order to accommodate their personal preferences, I say it cannot and will not be done. So please, refrain from the personal abuse and name-calling which our staff have been subjected to. Instead, have faith that the professionals here actually know what they're doing and need to be treated with the same respect that we all expect from our peers, and that this school will deliver what you have signed up for. We are committed not just to transition the students to the best universities in Africa and beyond, but to producing leaders for Africa, knowledge in the service of Africa. We pray and hope our students will not all disappear into the wider world. The founder of African Leadership Academy and the universities, Fred Swaneker, a good friend who will be here in September to address parents and students, did a podcast whose title was The Leaders Who Ruined Africa and the Generation Who Can Fix It. Our mission is to make sure that our HGI graduates will be at the forefront of that generation who will fix Africa. But I think, is getting more and more urgent year by year. Because way back in 1990, when we began, Africa was full of hope still, in spite of coups and disasters. We still believed in Africa's success. But now, most of Africa, including Ghana, we are debt-ridden, with millions of jobless youth and a sense of hopelessness. And whole professions have been lost to technology, and thousands of our young people are fleeing the continent and going to other countries. There are more Ghanaian doctors in the UK than in Ghana, and there are even more in New York City alone, I understand, than in the whole of Ghana. So, our generation has abysmally failed this generation and almost destroyed our planet in the process. So from where will the leadership, the hard work, the creativity, etc., and planning that we need come from to get us out of this? They may not know it, but theirs is the generation. Your children sitting before you are the only ones who can rebuild Wakanda on this planet. That is the role this graduating class and your contemporaries must play. We, the parents, the teachers, the institutions and governments, the role we must play is to get them ready to face this challenge and to make them strong enough to withstand the forces which will be arrayed against them. So my question today is there hope in a new world order where Africa is not at the bottom of the ladder? Before I answer that, I would like to enumerate a few facts. Number one, Africa is the cradle of mankind. Every single human being in the world, whether they like it or not, traces his or her root to Africa, where humanity was born. The history of the world, number two, has been fraught with all kinds of disasters and wars and slavery, and peoples have disappeared. The Red Indians of America are in reservations, and they've been reduced to 2.7 million out of American population of something like 380 million. The Aborigines of Australia, to whom Australia belonged, had their children taken away and are also in reservations. Only 800,000 of them left out of a population of over 25 million in Australia. By the way, Mr. Kutin is from Austria, not Australia. And the story of the indigenous peoples of South America is no different. However, when you come to Africa, despite centuries of slaveries and whatnot, nobody has been able to exterminate us or to put us in some small corner of our own countries in reservations. Fourth fact, our women are the strongest and most resilient on the planet. That's a fact. So, Africa has survived conquest, poverty, slavery, you name it, natural disasters, dictatorships, assassinations, poverty, being sliced up into cakes, like cakes into unviable nation states. But we are still here, millions of us, ready and able and willing. So that tells us that within us is the strength and resilience to overcome any and all adversity. And it is this self-belief that we need to inculcate into our children. They need to be armed with that fact. So my answer to the question, is there hope that Africa can get out of perpetual debt, stop having incompetent or corrupt governments, deprived of our own resources, etc., is yes. If Africa unites in one form or another and acts as one solid block. Yes, if the youth of Africa do not end up dying on the shores of Europe or contributing all their talents to foreign lands, but return to lead their countries in their areas of expertise. Yes, if we stop electing geriatric presidents and governments which only seek to enrich themselves and who do not even understand this new world. Yes, if we choose citizens, not tribesmen and idiots. And yes, if we hold on to our sense of community and look out for each other rather than every man for himself and wealth as the only objective. And yes, if HGIC and more schools like it continue to produce students like this with integrity, with both talent and empathy, knowledge, understanding, leadership qualities, humility, love of Africa, and the desire to uplift it. All I can tell you is that HGIC will continue to produce graduates worthy of the title of citizens. So despite all the challenges facing us, I believe in this generation and believe that they can rebuild Africa. So to the class of 2023, please remember that you have been handed a torch and you have a task to fulfill, and that you have the means, the knowledge, the strength to do it. So God and Allah bless you all and help you take Africa to the promised land. So, Wakanda forever. Thank you.
Thank you so much for all the years, the hard work. I'll miss the days I used to come with the principal Sunday discussing about school and how we can move forward. But thank you so much for the wisdom, and we'll carry on from where you left off. Next, we're going to have a song by the school choir, A Million Dreams by Hugh Jackman and Michelle Williams. Thank you.
Hello. Hello. To our DP2s, we say thank you. Thank you for persevering, for giving this your all, and for being some of the best role models we could ask for. This song is for you, to show you just how powerful and impactful a dream can be.
It's the dreamers that change the world. Our dreamers are our future. You are the future. So dream on, not just for us, but for the future ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
I close my eyes and I To the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see.
Every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me.
A million dreams, a million dreams.
A vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
For the world we're gonna make.
You can put it on the stage. What a beautiful melody. Please, let's give them another round of applause. I would like to call upon our principal, Mrs. Elise Datson, for a special award. Thank you.
Mrs. Sashi, can you join us? We'd like to call on Dr. and Mrs. Margaret Nkrumah to join us up here. So, Dr. and Mrs. Margaret Nkrumah, as the founding principal of SOS Herman Minor International College, you demonstrated an indomitable spirit and unwavering fortitude in establishing a highly reputable educational institution in Ghana and across the continent. There's a long citation, but I'll give it to you to go and read at home. So today, on the 3rd of June, 2023, we express our profound gratitude to you for your tireless efforts and unwavering dedication in establishing an institution that provides quality education to students from various SOS children's villages in Africa. From me personally, I'll miss your unvarnished truth and easy lies the head that you always used to tell me, but I know you're only a phone call away. This is from the college to you, and I ask Mrs. Ashley to present. The citation is etched onto the plaque as well, so you can take that home with you. And we also have another version in there, so thank you. And you don't have to respond, you don't. Okay.
We're going to watch a video. Please, let's have the video. Thank you. Thank you. Now we have reached a stage where we want to recognize our middle years programs. I would like to call upon Mr. Jonathan Namengo on the stage, and to hand out the prizes, I would like to call upon one of our own, Mr. Alex Kekula, to hand out the prize on the stage. Mr. Alex Kekula, thank you.
So I don't get the podium in the shot. Or if you move the podium in front. Hello. So good afternoon. Good afternoon, distinguished guests, parents, students, and staff. All protocols observed. It is time to recognize and celebrate all our MYP students who have done exceptionally well in their studies in this academic year. The MYP awards are based on students' overall performance in all their MYP subjects. There are 3 categories. We have the Principal Role Award, the Academic Achievement Award, and the Significant Improvement Award. Before giving the details of the 3 categories of award and calling on students to receive the award, kindly note that the MYP grades range from 1 to 7, where 1 is the least and 7 is the highest. And the IB considers grade 3 as a pass. So the Principal Role Award. This award is for students who have consistently shown outstanding academic performance throughout the year. And to qualify for the principal role, a student must earn an average grade of 6.65 to 7 in all subjects of study. Remember, the pass grade is 3. We have 11 MYP students for this award, and I'll be calling them to come forward. The first student is Conrad Akaba. So Conrad Akaba had 6.89, an average score. He does 9 subjects and managed to get 8 sevens. 8 sevens. The second student is Addison Efua Teria. An average of 6.78. The next student is Ajimainana Kwesi Poku. An average of 6.78. The next is Akaba Cornell. An average of 6.67. So we now come to the MYP 5. The first student is Senna Ohene. So Senna Ohene managed to secure a perfect grade, 7, average of 7. Yes. There is a saying in the Ghanaian language that when 2 Omega meet, we see the Omega Hoho. So Senna, you are the Omega Hoho. The next student, Hubert Latin. An average of 6.89. The next is Nana Ahemfua. An average of 6.89. The next is Darko Romi. .78. The next is Hepziva Gamali. 6.67. The next is Rosa last but not the least, Niyat. Thank you very much, Mr. Kekula. So the next category is the academic achievement role. And this award is given to students who have demonstrated exceptional achievement in the MYP subjects. To qualify for the academic achievement award, a student must earn an average of 6.3 to 6.64 in all subjects. We have 17 students for this award, 6 from MYP4, 11 from MYP5. I'll call on Mr. John Bosco, the National Director for SOS Rwanda, to give the Academic Achievement Award to students. Thank you, sir. So the first student is Abalo Master Jaden. The next is Zaina Abudun. Owusu Brefo Mamia Joafusua. Atakura Nicole. Amanda Abayene. Benis Ngabere. So we move to the MYP 5 Academic Achievement Award. The first is Nakido. Liffy Kwetin. Sairam Ako, Papa Yao Amoakon, Esuman Nana Safwa, Jalaluddin Nadia, Isaac Kimati, Tamaklo Ashley Dora, Elsie Atta, Halimatu Idrisu, Darlene, thank you, Mr. John Bosco. You may take your seat. So the third category is the Significant Improvement Award. And this award recognizes students who have made remarkable progress and improvements in their academic performance throughout the year. We have 3 MYP 4 students and 5 MYP 5 students receiving the award today. I'll call on Mr. Ajo Deji Adelepo, the Deputy National Director for SOS Nigeria. Thank you, sir. MYP list. The first student is Esther Sunday. Sandra Namaganda. Joel Mugisha. For MYP 5, we have Eva Eura Esima. Jaden Samson Boaf. Biniam Delasa. Papa Kweku Aferi. Ivan Snowden. Thank you, Sam. So that is the end of the MYP Awards. But I want to congratulate the MYP force for completing their first year. Let's clap for them. And for the MYP 5, all I can say is, Ayuko. I'll call on Mrs. Addison, the DP coordinator, to continue with the DP Awards. Thank you.
Good afternoon to you all protocols observed. Before I go on, I'd like to invite Dr. Alice Kibui, who is the Education and Training Manager from SOS Children's Villages, Kenya, to assist. cultural. All right, I know you're excited, but we want to hear their names, so please wait and let's finish and you can cheer them on. Thank you. The Swahili Ab Initio Prize is also a shared prize, which goes to Hilary Semanda and Adlian Ukunda. Adlian Umukunda shares the Swahili Ab Initio Prize. Tonio Cheng takes the Swahili B Higher Level Prize. And last but not least, I think that's a mother and son moment, so let's let them enjoy it. So last but not least is the Visual Arts Prize for DP1, which goes to Edith Dede Akam. Thank you very much, Dr. Kibui, for helping us. Please take your seats. And I will now call on Mr. Pascal Bizimana, National Director for SOS Children's Villages Burundi, to assist in presenting prizes to deserving students from our graduating class. All right, so DP2, the last time I'll call you DP2, because you're the class of 2023. Darlene Bath and William Nsabuyimva share the Swahili Ab Initio Prize. William Nsabuyimva, is he here? DP2 award winners, I think you know yourselves, so kindly line up. Physics, mathematics, theory of knowledge go to Jiai Zhu. Selom Akko takes the chemistry prize. Social, cultural anthropology goes to Maimuna Idrisu. Economics goes to Annette Egbenya, and she also shares the French BSL prize with Nanadra Ishan. In addition to the shared French BSL prize, Nanadra also takes the English Language and Literature prize. Nanayao Ajiman, our head boy, takes the Geography and Biology prizes. Computer Science goes to Adam Kore Seidu. Spanish ab initio, Andy Abayana. English BHL goes to Gerard Nihimana, but he's not here to take his prize, but we'll just acknowledge that. And Akosia Okobia Opare takes the History prize. Swahili B higher level, Kimberly Salki. Amharic goes to Ahmed Shekamal Abasimel. Last but not least, French B higher level goes to Trevor Comfort Dumas. Thank you so much, Mr. Bismana. You may take your seat. I'll now call on the Senior House Tutor, Mr. Michael Jampo, to do the special awards.
Thank you very much. So, having gone through all the academic awards, we're now going to fan out. As we know, education is a little more than academics. Academics is very important, but there are all other aspects that we recognize here as well to make sure that we have a holistic education. So we're going to go through, there is a new program here for which we would distribute certificates, and all WISE awardees, I would like you to line up for your certificates. And then after the WISE, what we will be awarding here, we will go to the special awards as well. So I'd like all WISE awardees, if you know yourselves, to line up here. Well, let me just say a little bit about the WISE program before we start giving the awards. So WISE, it's a collaboration between SOS Canada and the World Impact Scholarship and Education Program. That's what is called WISE. And it's through these two organizations that we have access now to what we called the Duke of Edinburgh Award Program. Now, for those who, I'm sure many of us know about the Duke of Edinburgh Award Program, but it takes participants through a series of very rigorous challenges aimed at teaching a range of survival, endurance, and functional skills, such as decision-making, collaboration, and teamwork. The program is divided into 3 levels: bronze, silver, levels of achievement, bronze, silver, and gold. And it culminates in a very prestigious, what we call the President's Award, and that is given to participants who go through all 3 levels and are able to complete the challenge. So as part of the preparation towards the main challenge, all our DP2 international students spent a weekend at the Shire Hills Forest Reserve to go through a series of adventures, physical endurance sessions, and intense educational encounters. So I will invite those who went through this program now to come up for the award. Now, to help me to do this is a personal friend of mine, Mr. Abraham Brusam, who is a senior systems analyst at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technologies. Abraham, can you please come up? Well, Mr. Brusam has actually transitioned from senior systems analyst to deputy director for IT at the university. All right, so we go through these, the awards. So first, the first awardee is Ahmed Abbasimel. The next, Renata Gatoya Dushime. Thank you, Ahmed. Following Renata will be Liti Mukaya. And then we have Kimberly Saoke. Ruth Namirembe. Following Ruth will be Innocent Nishimwe. And then we have William Nsabiyuma. All right. Next, we have Sifen Kumsa. Nehemiah Aduma follows Sifen. Nehemiah. Margaret Wangari is next. And then last but not the least, Solomon Edatu. Thank you, Mr. Brusam, and thank you, wise initiates. All right, so we move on to the special awards, special HGIC awards, and to help me hand out these awards would be Dr. Jemima Yaka Amoa, Assistant Professor at the Department of Agric Extension, University of Ghana, Legon. Dr. Jemima. Oh yes, both Abraham and Dr. Jemima are alums of the school, 97, that's right. And they sat in my class as well. All right, so we'll start with the first award, the Comportment and Good Citizenship Award. This is awarded to a DP2 student who has consistently conducted themselves in a most disciplined, courteous, friendly, and respectable manner. The winner has demonstrated an abiding adherence to the institution's behavioral and ethical expectations in a manner worthy of an ambassador of this institution. Obviously, our future Dr. Kofi Annan would be Akosua Okobea Okaro. Congratulations, Akosua. The next award is the SOS-HGIC Award for Intellectual Promise. That is awarded to a DP1 student who consistently demonstrates a commitment to their own intellectual growth. The winner demonstrates a hunger for learning and is self-driven. They consistently make contributions to activities that promote the quality of intellectual engagement within the HGIC community. And the winner of this award is, of course, Nuna Kwesi Agboja. Well, in case you missed it, he's the one who was carrying his weight worth of books coming across the stage. Congratulations, Nuna. The next award is for community engagement. Now, this is awarded to a student who models engagement and motivates community members. This student inspires change and provides sustainable solutions to problems within the community. Now, only for this award, there are two awardees here. The first one would be a DP1 student, Richmond Tete Nati. Richmond, take your award and just stay on stage. The next is our immediate past SRC president, Miss Maimuna Idrisu. Thank you for all the work you do in the community, and you have done. The next is the Innovation and Creativity Award. The recipient is an imaginative individual. They think in creative ways and are not easily constrained in a box. They enjoy engaging with challenges and see problems as an opportunity to engage their creative capabilities. Beyond creating solutions, the recipient loves to share their ideas and solutions for the benefit of the entire community, and I'm sure that you would support me if I say that this award would go to Abdul Hakim Aremiao. Congratulations, Abdul. Now comes the Special Recognition Award. This is an award given to a student who has, through their leadership, energy, and engagement, left indelible footprints in all aspects of school life. So it would basically be this year, but also beyond this year, and every aspect of school life. And this would be none other than Nana Ajua Kwama. Congratulations, Anna. Next comes the ISA Award for Excellence. Now, the ISA stands for the Association of International Schools of Africa. And the association launched the award in 2008 to recognize and reward the achievement of outstanding students within member schools. So the award is bestowed upon any final year student who can demonstrate high academic results and show character that exemplifies the association's values. So each school is actually invited to submit one applicant who embraces a worldview that celebrates human unity and diversity, who seeks to understand, appreciate, and promote African culture, and who exemplifies the concept of service to the human family. And finally, this individual fosters a school environment characterized by hospitality, friendliness, collegiality, and community. And the winner for this award is our final year student, Andrea Noah Maxanda Kekula. Congratulations, Andrea, and congratulations, Mr. Kekula. Thank you. Sports Awards. For the exceptional leadership and achievement in the area of sports, David Segweji wins the award for Sportsman of the Year. Sportswoman of the Year for the exceptional leadership and achievement in the area of sports, Renata Gatoya Dushime wins the Sportswoman of the Year award. Thank you very much, and thank you, Dr. Jemima Yaka. We have a couple more awards to give out, and I'd like to invite the principal. So yes, the principal to give out these awards. All right, so this is a special award that goes to what we call the Scholar of the Year. And so that's for an exceptionally high-performing student who has consistently across the years shown the academic, intellectual acumen, but consistently throughout the years. And for this year, there are two. Actually, we have two awardees. I would mention their names. So the first is Jiai Yu. Together with Jiayu is again our head boy, Nana Ajiman. Correction, these are the highest performers in this year. So they have the highest averages this year. Thank you very much, Mrs. Datsun. And now two special awards. The first, I would invite Dr. Margaret Nkrumah upstage to give this award. All right, so this is known as the Ubuntu Human Dignity Award, Dr. Margaret Nkrumah's Ubuntu Human Dignity Award. The award, or this is awarded to the student who best epitomizes the Ubuntu values of respect for the dignity of others. The winner cares deeply for others and consistently seeks to create common ground for acceptance and belonging, regardless of nationality, gender, or status. The winner of this award for this year is none other than Andy Abayena. I think his mates did mention that there's a world-class barber in the school. That should be him. He actually... he set up a barbering concern to make sure that our male students looked good enough on a daily basis. Among many other things. Andy, thank you very much. All right. Thank you, Dr. Nkrumah. The final award then
would be given by Dr. Helmut Kutin, and I will wait for him to come on stage. Yeah, give us some good music. Right, so the Helmut Kutin Prize for Leadership. So there's a prize that has been named after Dr. Helmut Kutin. Of course, all his qualities have been extolled over the years. And this prize for this year says is awarded here is a citation to a student with outstanding leadership qualities and organizational abilities. A student who has positively influenced their peers through the exceptional commitment to duty, the constant drive for excellence, the inclusive approach, and the consistent efforts to make the community a better place for everyone to thrive in. And this award for this year, 2022-2023 academic year, goes to Mr. Selom Sisi Ako. Congratulations, Selom, and thank you, Dr. Helmut Kutin. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Tonga Indoro.
Let's give another round of applause to the prize winners. To the rest of the students who didn't get a prize today, you're also winners. Making it into this college, you're also a winner. So if you continue working hard, the same way you have been doing it, you'll be successful in everything that you do. Ghana is a beautiful country with different ethnic groups and tribes. As the host country, we're going to give them another chance to perform, to showcase the diversity. We have a dance called the Takai, which is a royal dance of the Dagoba tribe, chiefs and princes. Please welcome the dancers. Thank you. Thank you so much, the dancers. I wish I could do what you were doing. It was beautiful. Thank you. So we have reached the pinnacle of the event, and the moment we have been waiting for. I would like to call upon on stage the DP coordinator, Mrs. Aisha Addison, the principal, Mrs. Elise Dodson, and the CAS coordinator, Mr. Michael Odro, and all the HODs. Thank you.
I'd like to call on the academic heads of departments to assist with the graduation ceremony. The SOS-HGIC class of 2023 comprises of 80 students, bringing to a total 1,924 graduating students at SOS-HGIC since our first graduation in 1995. And this is the 28th graduating class with students from Burundi, Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, Rwanda, Canada, China, Ethiopia, Uganda, United Kingdom, the United States of America, and Zimbabwe. The class of 2023 is our second cohort since we started the middle years program and wants to be recognized as the post-authorization cohort. The class is filled with talent, passion, and a commitment to excel and be change makers on the continent and beyond. Please let's welcome them as they come up for their school leaving certificates. And if you could please start lining up. Ahmed Shekamal Abasimal. Andy Jojo Padam Abayana. Amy Daniel Nanekia Inshira Aboa. Bijou Mawena Adadevo. Kwame Efriye Adokufo. Lorena Irajwa Eje. Nehemiah Aduma. Kwesi Inketia Efrifa. They will now be stoled by the heads of departments and take a group picture, and then we proceed to the next batch. All right, thank you. Selom Sisi Ako. Sorry. Nanayao Ajiman. Theresa Sewa Mame Benhene Akwesikuma. Nana Ben Kojo Tebie Echiano. Ikechuku Franklin Alfred. Stephanie Sena Ajo Amoa. Sally Adam Amonu Mensa. Na Joko Ananla. Kweko Kwako Apia. Abeko Sam Amo. Darlene Delassie, Bath. Sean Kojo Bewa. Adebayo Benga Bello. Nanajwa Adobakomboama. Michael Aiku Boateng. Renee Nketiaba Bonsu. Well, you can tell that's mommy with a vuvuzela. Barrest Osei Tutu Brobe. Sorry. Trevor Alexander Comfort-Dumar. Jaden Alexander Kwame Osei Dahu. Daniel Yako Dahu. Solomon Idatu. Annette Delali Egbenya. Nanadra Owude Ishan. Yoku Boachi Dankwa Isa. Jefta Inshura Frempong. Frederick Kwesi Frempong Mensa. Renata Gatoya Dushime. James Jam. Ethan Delroy Hammer. Maimuna Idrisu. Blessing Talent Carol. Everest Kashozi. Andrea Norway Maxander Kekula. Mamie Fosapon Kome Mensa. Ashley Abnapokwa Kumi. Stephen Damtil Kumsa. Ekuyana Amele Loco. Papani Ejri Mankata. Chloe Elina Mawenyega. Don Divine Imbonimpa. Steve Mugisha. Linka Chela Mohiteka. Liti Mukaya. Ines Munyezero. Linus Muriti. Gerard Nihemana. Ruth Namirimbe. Innocent Nishimwe. David Chidi Nkpa. William Nsabiyumva. Daniel Akosia Ohenewa Insia. Jasmine Sefako Nuto. Anthony Kwesi Asiedu Ochre. Tufena Adiambo Onyango. Akosia Okobia Opare. David Osoro. Dixon Nyameche Oreku. Nana Kofi Frank Owusu. Mafeng Joshua Pam. Daniel Ifiapoku. Nanre Ponchak. Kimberly Salki. David Kweku Segbeji. Adam Kore Seidu. Russell William Snowden. Raphael Ajete Soa. Patrick Segengendo. Oh, sorry. Patrick, hold on. Patrick Sengendo. Kimon Ejifri Kweku Tamaklo. Anthony Jimatufo. Margaret Wangari. Stephanie Williams. And last but not least, our co-scholar of the year, Jai Zhu. So thank you to the academic heads of departments. You may take your seats. The graduating class, you remain standing as you wait for your friends to join you. So 4 years ago, they thought this day would never come. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the now graduated class of 2023. Who are empowered to do the impossible. And now I'd like to invite Dr. Mrs. Margaret Nkrumah to give the graduation and farewell remarks. And you remain standing, as they say, age before beauty.
Hello, hello, it's working. It's been a very, very long afternoon, for which we apologize, but I hope you have at least enjoyed it. I think it's been a wonderful occasion. I want to say first that I was ambushed by a conspiracy between Mr. Kutin and although I thank them, I will get them for it later. So, dear class of 2023, you have finally arrived at the pinnacle of your journey through SOS-HGIC, the day of liberation and freedom from rules and deadlines. Have you? Alas, I hate to tell you this, but you are now embarking on a lifelong journey filled with other challenges. But I have every confidence that you are ready and well equipped to meet them. We have celebrated you, your achievements, and we want to wish you success and happiness. Success and happiness in all your future studies and careers, and also to bid you a fond farewell and wish you Godspeed. Go with our love, our good wishes, and come back and see us. Go forth into the world in peace. Be of good courage. Hold fast that which is good. Render to no man evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the afflicted. Honor all men. Love and serve the Lord. Thank you.
Thank you. You can be seated. The DP2 class, the newly inducted alumni of SOS-HGIC. You have come so far, and we are proud of you. Go out there in the world, be proud of your identity, your nationality, your culture, and your value. No culture is better than the other. Change the narrative that Africa is a dark continent, primitive and uncivilized. When you're successful, do not forget your school motto, knowledge in the service of Africa. Over to you, Ajo.
Thank you, Mr. Ndoro. I just want to thank you all for coming to the graduation ceremony, the speech and prize giving ceremony of the graduating class of 2023. Thank you all for coming. We'll end with the school song, Nkosikelele Africa, God Bless Africa, Raise High Her Glory. If we could all stand for the school song. The words of the song are in the brochure at the back, and it's actually also right behind.
Kusisikeleli Afrika, malupakanyi supodawayo, itswaibitada tu yetu, kusisikelela tina usapowayo, kusisikeleli Afrika, malupakanyi supodawayo, iswaimitada tu yetu, kosi sikelela tina usapowayo, woza moya, woza moya, woza moya, woza moya, woza moya, Oigwele kosi sikelela tina usapo wayo morena bolo kasechaba sa Yesu ofedi sedi chale mateneo morena bolo kasechaba sa Yesu ofedi sedi chale mateneo o seboloke morena seboloke se chabasa Yesu se chabasa Africa Makubenchalo Kusekube kuna pakade Kusekube kuna pakade.
Thank you all for coming. And may I ask our dignitaries to please exit the hall first. Board members, Ms. Nkrumah, kindly, you can exit the hall.
Parents take pictures with their graduates. Students organize them, right?
Enough without you, and I can't eat enough without you. If you don't speak, does that mean we're through? Don't like sneaky shit that you do.
The head girl for the 2024 academic year is Iris.
The head boy for the 2023-2024 academic year is Tristan.
These reckless nights you won't regret, 'cause someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of the good old days. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. You don't know what you got till it goes, till it's gone. I wish somebody would have told me, babe, someday these will be the good old days. All the love you won't forget, and all these reckless nights you won't regret. Someday soon your whole life's gonna change. You'll miss the magic of these good old days.
Women, Jackie Joyner curse it, have your cake and eat it, baby, it's your birthday.
There you go. Oh yeah. Follow through, baby.
So are we? We're just having fun. We don't care who sees. So what, we go out. That's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free.
So what? I keep them rolled up, set
sagging my pants, not caring what I show. Keep it real with my niggas, keep it playing for these hoes. It look clean, don't it? Washed it the other day, watch how you lean on it. Eat me some 501 jeans on it, roll joints bigger than King Kong's fingers, and smoke them hoes down to they stingers. You a class clown, and if I skip for the damn with your bitch smoking grade A.
You know what? It's like I'm 17 again, peach fuzz on my face. Looking on the case, trying to find a hella taste. Oh my God, I'm on the chase. Chevy is getting kinda heavy. Irrelevant, selling it, dipping away. Time keeps slipping away. Zipping the safe, flipping for pay. Tipping like I'm dripping in paint. Up front, 4 blunts like Khalifa, put the wheat in the
So
chain.
what we get, we don't care who sees. So what we go out, that's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free. We're just having fun, we don't care who sees. So what we go out, that's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free.
And I don't even care, cause if me and my team in here, it's gonna be some weed in the air. Tell 'em, Mac.
Blowing everywhere we going, and now you knowin' when I step right up. Get my lighter so I can light up.
That's how it should be done. Soon as you thinking you're down, find how to turn things around. Now things are looking up.
From the ground up, pound up this Taylor gang. So turn my sound up and mount up and do my thing.
Now I'm chillin', fresh out of class, feeling like I'm on my own and I could probably own a building. Got my own car, no job, no children. Had a size project, me and Mac killed it.
THC, MAC, DEV, HD3. Hi, it's me. This is us. We gon' fuss and we gon' fight and we gon' roll and live
So
on.
what we're just having fun. We don't care who sees. So what we go out, that's how it's supposed to be. Living young and wild and free. We're just having fun.